Survival and crafting games have been all the rage since Minecraft first graced our screens in 2011. And there's something really fun about building and crafting a way to create the stronghold of your dreams. Many games have followed a similar premise, but only to be unfairly labelled as Minecraft clones. Ylands aims to buck this trend by offering an adventure narrative with a complex crafting system. What's it like? Get your adventuring hat on, prepare to sail, and don't forget the schematics as we review Ylands for Nintendo Switch. Before we get exploring and building, would you mind liking and subscribing? It's the best way that What's It Like can build an audience, and I can't thank you enough for doing so. Ylands starts off with an Indiana Jones style adventure that acts as a tutorial, delving through a tomb and exploring snowy wastelands to become an adventurer in the Classy Adventurers Guild, or CAG for short. It's a little clunky and awkward with both animations and controls, but persevering will allow you to be granted your own ship to sail the kind of open world seas of Ylands. Despite the jank, the game does set an interesting premise right off the bat, but then it dashes it all by taking everything away and leaving you to your own devices, stranding you on an island to rebuild an inferior ship and figure things out for yourself. This change was a bit jarring to go from an objective-based introduction to the game saying, "There you go," and leaving you be. The gameplay then dissolves into a barrage of craft this prompts that tend to just swamp you as the player. Initially, the first goal is to rebuild your ship by gathering materials and unlocking schematics, which is actually an interesting crafting system, allowing you to branch into different tech trees, which then helps you prioritize your construction prowess to suit the sort of game you want Ylands to be. But it falls flat in some areas, like survival elements which are non-existent. Pretty much food can restore your health, but that's about it. Once you rebuild your boat, the game opens up, only to reveal that unlike the seas of the game, Ylands is a bit shallow, allowing you to select an island to explore and nothing much else. This is where the technical cracks start to show in the game, as you have to deal with extensive loading screens and terrible performance. Loading can be measured in minutes, and once you do load in, the engine then chugs along as it does its best to load assets. Once you land on an island, performance balances out for a while, only to chug again when exploring. This makes playing the game very tedious, along with repeated crashes to the home screen. Sometimes, the game simply just freezes for 5 seconds or more while loading. Combat and controls are difficult to master and clunky, and combat is just frustrating and awkward. It's such a shame because the intricate and comprehensive tech tree shows a lot of promise, as well as the core gameplay mechanics, which would help elevate its premise above being written off as a Minecraft clone. Graphically, the polygon art style looks good, and despite having some grainy textures, Ylands look quite nice, especially in handheld mode on the Switch OLED. There are quite a few UI issues, unfortunately, with scaling going off the screen, and it can be difficult to navigate the menus at times. The environments are varied, and if it wasn't held back by the range of technical issues, it would be quite fun to explore them. For my vision impaired explorers, there are no accessibility options, so I recommend doing further research to decide if Ylands is a good fit for you. At just under $38, it's a hard sell to recommend Ylands on the Nintendo Switch. Sure, the majority of the content is included that you usually have to purchase separately in the PC version, which is free to play. But in its current state, it needs a few more updates which would significantly improve the game's score. There are some uninspired outfits and items that you can purchase similar to LEGO Fortnite's construction items in the in-game DLC shop. And I should note that there has been 2 updates since the game's launch, but these haven't really done anything to reduce the excessive load times or jittery performance during gameplay. As of this video going live, it seems that Ylands has actually been temporarily pulled from the eShop as well. I'm not sure if this is performance related or related to something else, but time will tell. As we sail into the sunset of this review, Ylands is such an interesting concept with an intricate crafting system. The core mechanics and features are fantastic. but the execution and performance mar what would have been a brilliant game with clunky and unintuitive controls, as well as lengthy load times and a myriad of performance issues. I have no doubt that with further optimizations, Ylands would be an excellent contender for your attention with its unique gameplay systems and mechanics, but as it stands, it might be best to stick with a different format to experience this game. So, what's it like? Ylands is kind of like Minecraft, crossed with Dragon Quest Builders 2. I award it a 58 out of 100. In the interest of full disclosure, a review copy was provided by the publisher, but this does not influence my score. Thanks for watching. Thanks so much for watching my video. I hope you enjoyed it. The best way you can support me is to like and subscribe and continue watching my content if you enjoy it. But if you do want to go that bit extra, you can buy me a coffee or join our Patreon, which shows you behind the scenes of this channel. Thanks again.